bet you didn't know when you're far away, I'll be losing myself. I just lounge around the house, don't feel like going out. I think I need some help. Well, sunny days is all I really care for. Is you I'm always gonna be there for. In times like this I wish we share more. Don't run away, run away, run away. Settle your love with me, baby. Ooh, with me, baby. Cause you make me feel brand new. You make me feel brand new. I'd be better off losing all my money, cars and clothes, and losing your love. I could pick the stars straight out the sky, still feel like I don't do enough, baby. No, 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 no. So I don't try to make it hard for you and I need you bad, don't gotta lie. Your long hair, thick thighs, your soft skin, your pretty eyes, that's all I want. And in my life, it's you, baby. It's you, baby. You make me feel brand new. Hey, hey. You make me feel brand new. So brand new, so brand new.
Everything husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here
It's a
again.
brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here
It's a
again.
lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school, need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people. That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hey,
Have this dance with me, oh. This dance with me, with me.
We gon' do this the right way. The roller Remy 85K. Baby, this ain't nothing, it's a light day. You keep talking, now you're talking, girl, I might stay. We can do what you want, just long as we do it all night long. I'm up on that. Girl, let me put you on. Drop the top on the dog. Hope you ain't got your man with you. Cause I just wanna dance with you. Or we can throw them hands. You got your friends with you. I know they can't stand and tryna make plans with you. Club lights dancing all on the paddock. I came up in this higher than the attic. So tell them other chicks they don't want the static over here. You been on another level, you done had it up to here. Just dance with me. Ooh, dance with me. Dance.
Just dance with me, oh. Just dance with me,
Come around for the good times. You know we about to have a good night. Everybody in the building looking so nice. Sipping Henny, you know it got me so right. Guys and your girls, come inside of my world. Gotta put your hands up in the air. Don't wanna be nowhere but right here. And it only gotta be you and me. We can dance to the song every day. Oh, we can go to the tanks on E. You already know the drinks on me. And you ain't gotta fry, you can do it like that. And tell the DJ that I gotta bring it back. I'm living for the moment, I'm just trying to make it last. One more toast, can you raise your glass?
Have this dance with me, yeah. Have this dance with me, Have this dance with me, oh. Have this dance with me,
All right, what is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Y'all know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Shout out to everybody who's in the building, man. Appreciate y'all being here. I know y'all got to hear some new music to start off the show. That was Dance With Me by our guy Chad Focus featuring T-Pain. So y'all are going to hear from Chad Focus in a minute, but first we got to do a couple of announcements. I'll say good morning to y'all. Oh yeah, there we go. We're looking good, all crispy and clean on the screen. How's everybody doing this morning, man? I'm very, 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 very excited for this episode, and I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of it. So thank y'all for being here. Make sure you like the video on your way in. But first, welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com, and y'all know what time it is. We are going to be doing an interview and talking with my guy Chad Focus. Really looking forward to this, and it's going to be a good time. So while we're doing the interview, guys, if you have any questions, make sure you drop your questions in the live chat. Also, if you have any comments, you can drop your comments in there as well. I'll be capturing all of those questions that you guys drop in the comments, and we'll be asking them later on in the show. But let me get to just one quick announcement before we get started with our interview with Chad Focus. Y'all know what time it is. It's Friday. So tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got another episode of the Song of the Night Live. We're going to be giving away $100, and you guys will get a chance to compete in the Song of the Night Live Versus segment next Wednesday. So if you want an opportunity to win that cash and get a chance to get 2 door prizes, make sure y'all tune in tonight. Make sure you tell your family, your friends, your fans about the show so they can stop by the show and vote for you guys to make it into the top 22. All right, that's enough talking for me, man. Let me go ahead and get into the main event. We've got our guy Chad Focus up here. I know this is the one y'all all came to see. Hopefully the sound is good. Let me double check and make sure we're good.
Let me know, man. Let's go, baby.
There he is. Chad Focus in the building, man.
What's up, ClassE Beats? What's up, my guy?
I'm doing great, man. It's a blessing to have you here. I appreciate you tapping in with the community. Thank you for giving us your time, man. I hope you're doing well as well.
Always good, man. I got everything. It's on landscape. We looking good. We all right?
We're clean, man. Looking crispy and clean on the screen. You know how it goes.
My God.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say again, thank you from me and for the community for stopping by the show. I know your time is very valuable, and we kind of want to get right into it. So again, if you guys have any questions throughout the show, make sure you let me know. If you have any questions, we're going to ask them once we get to the end of the interview. But Chad, I know a lot of people may have heard your song to start off the show, and I know I saw some comments in the chat. They're like, man, is that T-Pain song? I said, nah, that's Chad Focus over there, man. That's Chad Focus featuring T-Pain. So a lot of people.
There we go. Hey, good good business deal, man. Good business deal, man.
There you go. So a lot of people may not know your story. They may not know, your background, where you come from. So give them a little insight to what's going on with you.
What's going on, everybody, man? Well, first of all, man, appreciate you guys having me on the platform today, man. Salute what you doing, big bro.
Appreciate you.
Focus Arrington, bro. From Baltimore, Maryland. Born and raised, man. Born and raised, man. From the city they call The Wire, right?
Yeah.
And we got into the industry, man, probably about 10 years ago, man. It's a decade for me and my guys. And what we try to do, E-Man, is we try to figure out sort of, how the business works, right? So we took a different approach, man. We wanted to kind of figure out, the contracts, man, the unsexy part of the music business, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, how do we go ahead and monetize what we're doing, and how do we capitalize off of what we got going on as like a team, as a unit? So, we in a super blessed space, man, and it's been Focus Music University, it's been Focus Music Entertainment. We created our own LLC. I signed the guys I grew up with. I got 6 guys on my label. One of them is actually my stepdaughter, and the other ones is like my blood cousin. So it's a very close knit family organization, man. And we here in Baltimore doing what we got to do, big bro.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. So I know a lot has changed for you, especially in the past year. I think you're at the year mark now, with it being January. So kind of give the community an idea of what's been going on with you the past year, how you got to be, the Chad Focus that we know and see today.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy, man. I literally, bro, I had a Fed bid, man. I came home March 2023, man. So I've been home for probably the last 10, 11 months, man, just like reintegrating myself into society. And for people that know, man, I had a very, very like public and, viral Fed case, man. I used to work for a company, a Wall Street firm, man. It was called Agora Publishing. And in my 20s, man, I got caught up in a crazy conspiracy to commit wire fraud case, man. I was dealing with some crazy, crazy, crazy situations, bro. Of
Yeah.
course, my background is advertising and marketing, and I was a part of a startup. And my job with this startup, bro, is that I'm one of the first people that like engineered one of those automation bot systems, bro, or what we call streaming farms. I was one of the first people that kind of engineered it and successfully, scaled up using that technology. And my job in corporate America was to help companies inflate their popularity, man, in the search engine, right? If they could be, get the cosign of Google, they were more popular. They showed up and they ranked really well. They made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it just so happened the company I was working with, they was in like you guys seen like the Wolf of Wall Street space, man. They were selling some unscrupulous items, man.
Uh-oh.
They was in a Ponzi scheme type space, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, bro, I got caught up in the fast life, the fast money. And ethically wise, bro, I don't think that I sat down and looked at the long picture, right? I was trying to make money, in a short term and make sure I could take care of my guys and my family members, bro. And, I finessed the finesses, man, and they got me a slap on the wrist. And, like I said, people can Google and see the story, man. And I was super blessed that, before I had to go and do my federal sentence, man, I ended up spending 2 years, man, in Petersburg. I was able to do a documentary with Vice TV that was Black Market. Michael K. Williams came and we kind of told the entire story. And that was, for me, bro, the first time anybody had heard me spoke, right?
Yeah.
So the situation happened in 2019, bro. We 5 years fast forward right now. And me and Mike did this documentary in 2021. It came out in 2022 and set the world on fire, man. So, that's where we at right now.
Yeah. And I had the pleasure of checking out that documentary. Man, amazing work. And rest in peace, of course, to the late great Michael K. Williams. But
my guy, most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I learned so much just in that short documentary of just what you had to go through and the struggle, what all brought you to where you are now. And I think one of the biggest things that was interesting, and I don't think gets talked about enough, is just your background outside of music. Because even in the documentary, you were working with a female who wasn't even an artist. So I guess how were you able to take that marketing mindset and use it towards promoting your music and specifically?
You know what is, man? I've always understood that, like, I've always got the smoke and mirrors concept. I've always got the fake it till you make it concept, bro. I've always been intrigued by marketing and advertising, right?
Yeah.
And I'm from a city, man, where we got so many people that are talented, bro, just not in the entertainment or the music space, but like art, design, culture, spoken word, man. We got great entrepreneurs, people that own salons and clothing lines. Like, I've seen so many people where I come from that have amazing skill set. And what I felt like they were all missing, bro, was one, the marketing, right? The exposure. And so I became obsessed, man, with figuring out how to help a person that can't get the eyeballs on them, but has spent so much of their time perfecting their craft and the production of what they're doing. How do we help them get the eyeballs that can help them actually monetize their brands, right?
Yeah.
And it started off in college, man. Like, I went to school. McDaniel College is out here in Baltimore, bro. And it's like, it's off the outskirts. It's not University of Maryland. It's not Tulsa. It's not UMBC. It's a much smaller school. But I wanted to go be a big fish in a small pond. And what I realized, bro, is that if I could bring the people to me, then of course they could see my talent, right? They could see my ability. They could see what I was capable of.
Right.
That translates into corporate America, bro. And like I said, my first big corporate job, man, I was working with Agora, and my job was to drive traffic to a company and a brand that had certain products that was big in a Wall Street space, man, financial news space.
Yeah.
And I honed those skills, man. And what I learned how to do is to figure out what inflation looks like, right? How can you help somebody look more popular than they really are? And people are big on social proof. So I'm a master, bro, of, manipulating social proof, yo. All you really need to have is a quality product. And I think most of the people out there have taken care of that part. And 90% of them are missing in the marketing aspect, right? They're missing in that engine in that machine.
You nailed it, man. And this is something I specifically wanted to ask you, because so many artists I work with, I'm trying to think of how I should say it. They don't see the benefit to playing the game, quote unquote, right? Like you're saying, there's so many other pieces to just making great music, which is a big part of it. And, as we know, you were able to do that. But What's your message to somebody who says, I don't know about all this marketing stuff. They play the game. I just want to put, and I know you talked to probably hundreds of them, right? Artists who think
Thousands, man.
Yeah, that same way. So what's your message to them when they're starting thinking that way?
You know what, bro? I'm from, like I said, bro, I'm a realist and I'm
Yeah.
extremely transparent. It's like I tell the guys, man, where I'm from, bro. If you get into the streets, right? Let's just give you an analogy. You get into the streets, you know what comes with that. One is no rules, right? And you got to protect yourself at all costs. So
Yeah.
for the guys that get into a certain lifestyle and they like, I didn't sign up for this, bro. Well, you got to prepare yourself for all things, right? It's the battles, bro. It's the war of attrition. So the way that I look at the music industry is that how do you want to be a part of an industry but don't want to accept everything that comes along with it? You understand what I'm saying?
Say it
That's
again.
that's just unacceptable mentality. It's an unacceptable mentality and an unacceptable mindset.
Yeah.
So for me, I found the guys that I felt were talented, bro. And like I said, I'm related to some of these young guys, bro. And they have been doing the same thing for 10 years, E. And it's like, bro, since when do you think that putting out more music or better music is going to get you different results if you didn't change up the way that you approached your rollout for the last decade?
Yep.
And as I watched their skill set get better and better, I also watched their demeanor and their passion for what they were doing decrease because they weren't seeing the results that they wanted to see.
Absolutely.
And when somebody says, bro, I'm not going to come and play the game, well, those are the people that we're not here to convince. They can sit on the sidelines, and eventually when it clicks, right, we'll be here to go ahead and mold them and guide them and show them what's going on. And that's why YouTube is dope, bro. They'll be able to play this video back years from now, right?
Yeah,
They'll
absolutely.
be able to come back and look and be like, yo, he was giving me the game a long time ago. It's people that still haven't seen my documentary, right? And they'll come back to 2022 and be like, I wish I knew about streaming farms and contracts and 360 deals and how touring worked. Well, bro, the information is out here for you guys, and it wasn't the same way for people that were before us, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like this for the generation that was before us. So their ignorance and what they went through, bro, we got to appreciate that we got the education, bro. We got the resources. We got the people that's telling us stories about losing their masters and their publishing. We got Snoop Dogg talking about, bro, I did 4 billion streams. I got a check for $40,000. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what's going on, man. And for me, bro, like I surrounded myself around the right guys, right? So my production is going to be A1. I got a dope writing team, bro. I got the engineers, the mix and masters. I got the equipment. I got the at-home studio. All of the things that I had to do, I invested in, but I took it above and beyond to invest in how do I get this to the masses. So that's where T-Pain, feature comes from. That's where CIAA, that's where a world promo tour goes. That's where international promo tour goes. Right. We invested, bro. We wanted this position. We wanted to do it independently, and now we're here.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things I push and I preach in this community is I say, if you want record label results, you got to put in record label effort. And, there's all these artists who have record labels. They have these big teams behind them. Like you were saying, they've got, somebody who does the music. They have somebody who does the marketing, and they've never seen the analytics to their Instagram profile or their music ever. So it's dope to have people like you out there that are actually giving a great message and telling artists like these are some of the steps and some of the things you're going to need to have if you want to perform at a certain level.
And you also got to figure out what your goals are too. E. I think that's the real thing, that people got to be honest with themselves. What do you want from this, right?
Yeah.
For me, like I said, man, my team, they spent a lot of time on those coast to coast showcases, right? So they were paying to play, as we call it, right? They were paying to perform at these little showcase events. Yeah. And I started to go to these events, and I would watch people that weren't as successful or weren't as creative or weren't as good of rappers or singers as them. They would win. Well, why? Because they would bring more people in the audience, right? That could, one, vote for them. And of course, when the crowd looks like they're behind a, artist, that right there is the proof in the pudding, right?
Right.
So my guys were talented, but they weren't able to drive ticket sales. So now it's like, you're not understanding the business model, bro. Yeah, you can rap, bro. Yeah, you can freestyle. Yeah, you can sing very well, but nobody is coming to invest in what's going on. So we can't put you on the bill. We can't go and promote you because that doesn't turn into dollars. This is for business. This is a for-profit business. And what I seen, bro, is that hard ticket sales, you got to have a strategy on how you make that happen, right? And how do you monetize your brand? Well, first you work on your craft, yo. And the second thing you got to do is, like you said, figure out the analytics. you got certain artists, bro, that your little babies, your Moneybag Yo's, your Yellow Beezy, these are bigger artists. And when these guys come to your city, or when these guys go on tour, they got a certain audience and they got a team behind them that has figured out what markets they need to go to and capitalize off that audience. So they're
Yeah.
never moving blind, E. And if you're not going to have people that are on your team that can execute your target audience for you, you got to figure out this stuff yourself. So yeah, you got to be the artist, bro. You got to be the engineer. You got to be the marketer. And you want to play a lot of those roles, man, until it's worth it for other people to come and invest in your movement.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm so glad you're saying that, because I keep saying it and I keep preaching and I keep trying to push artists just to do certain things at scale, and find out, like you said, find out exactly what their goals are, and then figure out how they can take the structure that is already built. It's already been working, from whether that's a record label or a successful independent artist, and use that for themselves, which that leads me into the next question I wanted to ask you, talking about up and coming artists and independent artists doing this at scale. And one of your recent interviews, the interview you did with Brandman, you said, I could take a record right now with the right budget and go number one. And that is such a powerful statement, not only because you're saying that you have the knowledge to be able to push a record or push an artist the right way, but you also, there's an opportunity there to have the conversation with independent and up and coming artists of how they can kind of carve their path to getting to that point, if that's their goal. Maybe they want to maybe they just want to make a good living. They say they want to make 10,000 a month off of their music. So what would you, using that point at scale, what would you say to an artist that says, hey, I just want to make money off of my music. I don't know where to start. I've got the music side of things. Now I need to find a path moving forward.
I think, like I said, breaking down them numbers, man, E, first and foremost, bro. Like, I think that people fail to plan, and failure to plan is planning to fail, right? So let's sit and look at what you just said, and this is dope. If you look at my background right now, I got my own university, and it's basically showing artists like multiple ways to take their music independently and make 10K per month. I feel like making six figures with your music is a courageous goal, and after taxes, you're gonna have a little bit of change left, and if you reinvest the right way, it makes sense. So let's put it like this, bro. If you do 3 million streams a month, right, on Spotify, at the rate that they paying us right now, that's $10,000.
Yeah.
Right. So what plan does the artist put in place to go and get 3 million streams? Now you got the content creation aspect, right? Are you creating content every day, right? Are you promoting that single on a consistent basis? Are you being, creative in the way that you do things? How are you standing out? All right, that's one aspect. Running ads, right? You got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Google. You got all these platforms that you can run ads. If you don't know how to run ads yourself, you can pay somebody off of Fiverr, or you can teach yourself, right? So how do you cut the cost? You got to make things make sense. So you got different ways to drive traffic to your brand, and you don't just got to concentrate on one single. I'm a guy that talks about catalog, right? So I do the Brand Man Network, and I'm like, look, guys, I got a catalog of 200 records. Yo, people might know my one record, Dance With Me, Chad Focus, and T-Pain. But as far as that record and the money that we spent, I'm still in the red, bro. When you go get a big time feature and you need all of this money and all these bells and these whistles, you got to make a lot of money on the return on investment. Whereas there's records that cost me $50 to make, and that record has made me $5,000. That's a much more conscious and smart approach. So I think strategy got to make sense, E. As far as what I do in the streaming space, bro, I basically went and I figured out catalog so that I was able to use these machines and these systems these labels do and stay underneath of the radar. I can't send 1 million streams a day to one Chad Focus record as an independent artist, raise a red flag, but I can send 1 million streams to 200 records, to 2,000 records a day, spread it out, bro, and get different distributors to pay me a certain percentage on all those records. Think about how the record label moves, bro. They don't got just one artist that monetizes the entire company. They got thousands of artists, bro. They own thousands of records. So I'm also in the music publishing space, E. I use platforms like Royalty Exchange. I use platforms like Songvest. I own pieces of Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry, Day 26. I own pieces of TLC. Like, just a young black kid from Baltimore that decides to invest in a different way, right? When the Jordan releases come out, bro, I don't know and I don't care because I'm trying to figure out the long game, right? This is my digital real estate, right? So I don't got a PlayStation. I got a laptop. I got a microphone. I got this little podcast setup that you see. So I've decided to take certain sacrifices, bro, to invest, and that's the most important part that we should be telling these artists. Business plan, sacrifice, figuring out your infrastructure to drive traffic. $10,000 a month, right? That's 3 million streams. If you do a couple shows a month, could you figure out how to do 8 shows, bro? Where you're making $1,500 a pop, you paying off your expenses. Do you know how to rent a venue? Do you know how to book other artists? So it's different ways to kind of figure this out, E. And
Yeah.
independently, it forces you, bro, to kind of execute it differently, bro. It allows you to sit back and think and strategize. And if somebody else doesn't do it for you, you got to do it for yourself.
Yeah, and that's something I think that's missed too. You talking about more of the local scene and kind of building a solid foundation, whether that be networking, radio plays, different shows. I know you did a lot of that in your hometown too, coming up. So can you talk a little bit about what you did to kind of grow your music and grow your fan base locally, and how that's something that maybe artists could apply today?
I think the networking, man, is probably the one most important piece, man, to Chad focus, but it's also the most important piece to a lot of different guys, right? Like,
Yeah.
I got my ears to the streets, E, and me coming home, bro, I was literally homeless, man, November 2022 to March 2023. And I say that because when you come home from prison, you go to the halfway house.
Yeah.
You stand in the dorm with 8 other young brothers, bro. I had a track phone. I didn't have resources. I didn't even know what reels and stuff like that was. I was disconnected. And when I say networking, bro, you got to humble yourself. I have put myself individually on every platform y'all seen me on since I've been home. I've done over 50 interviews, right? So it's for me to humbly reach out to ClassE the same way I reach out to DJ Payne, the same way I speak to DJ Vlad, the same way I speak to Brand Man Network. People don't network, and they also don't humble themselves to, one, reach out, to be willing to, one, bro, accept somebody rejecting them, because that's what it is when you put yourself out there. Not everybody is going to say yes. Not every door is going to open, but you miss every shot you don't take. So that's my biggest thing for a lot of guys, is that I network, bro. I'm extremely humble in that space. I'm extremely confident in the work that I put in, but I'm extremely humble in the way that I network and I build with, other people, man, that could be, assets to my brand, and I could be assets to their brand. When I stepped out here, bro, the most important thing I did early on was that I aligned myself with a DJ pool. I work with Vertigo. I work with DigiWax, the Coalition DJs, Core DJs. I was with MP3 Wax. So you don't got to go and take my exact route, guys. You could choose one of those. You could choose all of them. Not only did I go build with those different DJ pools, I invested in those guys sharing my music. So I did the email blast. I put together my DJ pack. I made sure I had my acapella, my clean, my dirty, my instrumental, my voiceover. Like, it's artists that don't even understand just the small principles of how to syndicate their music and how to get it out to the guys in the formats that they want. You can't go to the club while the DJ is playing his set and hand them a USB. Y'all got to connect before that person is already working, right? Connect after that person is working. Yo, buy that brother a drink, man. Ask him, can you take him to dinner? Yeah, it might take a little while to build those relationships, but if you understand, 10 years ago, I didn't have all these relationships. Now, when I say you give me the budget, I can press a button because I got 10,000 contacts. You get what I'm saying, E? And I always invested in my guys. If you see me pull up, man, and I got on $30,000 worth of jewelry, but I don't want to pay a DJ $100, yo, to break my record, that's unacceptable behavior. And I watch people, give their friends the short end of the stick, and that's just unacceptable. I watch a lot of rappers come out here and show all of their money on Instagram, and they want to pay their videographers the lowest amount that they can. They want to finesse the producers. And you look at stuff like that, and you're like, damn, bro, you're not even looking at it with the right mentality, and those guys aren't going to support you. So it's mentality first, E. And the game changed for me, bro, when I made the DJs a priority. To these days, man, these guys still support me, and it's always been love. And they appreciate the resource and the asset I am to them today, bro. I teach them how to set up their infrastructure, bro. I teach them how to put together their LLC, how to go get music funding, how to build their personal credit, business credit. Like, I'm more of an asset than just an artist, man. It's just the icing on the top that I created a record like Dance With Me with T-Pain. Like, that's just like that's all good in the hood, but you got to have a deeper value that you offer to these people. So what's your value?
Yeah. And that's another thing that's missed too, is I think, like you said, a lot of us as artists, and I feel this too, we get discouraged because, we pound the pavement, we hit the networking events, and, we network with the DJs, we're in the studios, we're giving a hard drive to the engineer, and we don't see that translate over to the other side, which is, you know, maybe the streaming side or our analytics or Instagram or something like that. So what were some of the ways you were able to take that networking you did, you know, on the streets to actually translate to the streaming, to your following on Instagram, you know, to actually growing a real fan base there?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, bro, I think that it was the quality content, right, and the systems. So
Yeah.
I try to be honest. I balance it out. Like,
Yeah.
you watch Vice, you realize you're like, yo, this young kid from Baltimore, I built a machine. Like, I know how to utilize the bots. I understand how to utilize real followers, fake followers, comments, views. Like, it's a strategy to do all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I just be honest, my strategy was to get myself on the Explore page. So if I had to buy 50,000 fake views to get my shit going in the algorithm to get it to the Explore page so people could see how dope my music video was or my interview, I was willing to do that. And I never cared what nobody else said or thought. I think a lot of people care too much what other people think.
Yeah.
Us rich niggas don't give a fuck what nobody said at the
Tell
end of the day, right?
Tell
I could care less, bro. I'm just being honest with you. There's nothing that you could say, an opinion, good or bad, that's going to pay my bills, take care of my kids.
Yeah.
And I woke up loving myself. And I think that a lot of artists got to sit and look in the mirror and be like, yo, what am I willing to do, bro, to accomplish my dreams? You got to let that pride shit go.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part, bro. So when we balanced it, I think it was one, a relentless mentality. The content, bro, was above and beyond, right? Are you investing into your cameras? Are you investing into your equipment? What does it look like, man, when you step in front of the camera? Are you putting yourself together? You got your hair cut, you got your jewelry on tight. Like, what are you doing as far as building up your image? And I think that we really focused on that, bro. I had these dad hats right here, E-Man. So I built up with a merchandiser.
Yeah.
And I had the dad hats. I had the clothing line, bro. I was out here doing the hoverboard scooters. I was looking at what Ray J was doing in the technology space. So for me, bro, it was an entire brand. And think about this, bro. To this day, there's never been anybody that has used the word focus like I have, even though everybody says and everybody knows what that means. Yo, focus is worldwide. It's synonymous with me, bro. You say focus, you already know what time it is. It's one young guy in the history of the world that has come and take that name and made it a household name as a brand. And I know that's what we did, bro. And we sat down and we focused on how we could make that happen. Positive movement. And like I said, the marketing is A1, bro. I understand influencer marketing, bro. I understand that you got to pay to play. Like, if I got a music video, E, and I think it's really dope, I'm going to pay the top 20 people that's influencers in my cities to share it, whether they comedians, whether they artists, whether they musicians, you know, whether they restaurants. I could care less. How do I get in front of people's audiences? And I'm giving you guys the exact strategy. So when I say it doesn't matter if somebody gives me a budget, I can make a record number one. I got the radio relationships, bro. I got the influencer understanding, the strategy, the relationships. I understand what it looks like to invest on what, Say Cheese, World Star Hip Hop, academics. I went and I got all of these different numbers, bro, these price points. So from where I'm from, bro, the guys will go and try to figure out who's the plug in the streets, right? They want to get, you know, the lowest number, right?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I went and figured out the numbers that matter in the industry that I wanted to be successful in. And now I got the relationship to make the one phone call. If somebody gives me the budget, I got a solid record. Let's put all these plays in place. And I'm also living proof of that, E, right? So my own biggest testimony. I'm not talking about stuff I did with other people or for other people. I'm literally a 6-time Billboard charting artist independently myself, made $millions off the industry, bro, got hundreds of millions of streams. And we just speaking off our own experience, bro, and being authentic about it.
Yeah, and man, I'm so glad that you said that, because this goes right into the next topic I wanted to ask you about, because you mentioned a couple things like a solid track. You mentioned, you know, pushing a certain song that you thought was solid, maybe putting a certain amount of bots behind it or a certain amount of promotion behind it, however you want to look at it. And I think a big thing that's missed in that is doubling down on what's working. And I know you've got so much experience in that and so much ability to be able to visualize and understand the metrics of things, how things are moving and what's actually working. So, I mean, can you give a little bit of insight? I know it's a wide net of just, yeah, go ahead.
I'll break it down. I'll break down something simple. I'll put it like this, right? And I give you guys like a small measurable goal. So we got our Instagram, which is probably the most popular platform on average to me. I know we got TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, but I feel like Instagram is the one that everybody kind of like gets.
Yeah.
Your link in your bio, bro, can change your life. So I'll give you my exact blueprint, guys, on how we turned the Brand Man Network interview into 7 figures. I just give it to you exactly how it goes.
Talk to him.
Do the interview, we delivered. I delivered, they delivered. It went extremely viral. Probably the number 1, 2, or 3 video on their platform. They've been around for 6 years, talking to all types of different people. It's Chad Focus and Brandman Sean. So I'm like, all right, boom. Once I understood that, my link in my bio became me selling my time, right, for people that wanted to come and collaborate and network. So my link in my bio, bro, told me exactly what people wanted from me, right? So you're looking at your analytics, you can figure out the demographic, right? Where they coming from, what states and cities are they from, what's the age group, what's the sex of the people, what they interested in. These social media platforms, bro, specifically Instagram and Facebook, have something guys called a pixel. So you can take a link tree, you can install a pixel. A pixel is basically a robust cookie, guys, that tracks the visitors that come to your web property. So if it's ClassE.com, we can figure out all of the people that come to that website, and we can track those people. And then we can build a promotion that's affordable to then sell these guys what we offer. So E does production and he does mentorship. The same way that you go online and you visit, a travel website, and then you see promotions for that same exact trip you was about to book, but you see discounted trips.
Right.
Guys, you can create this for yourself. So I call it targeting and I call it retargeting, and it's extremely simple. I took an interview that I did on Brand Man Sean. I took a couple of snippets that we went and we put on our Instagram to sell the actual long form content. People click the link in the bio, and of course, my calendar and my consultations went bonkers, bro. I was doing 20 consultations a day at $250 a pop. And then I had my own university, guys. So the Joint Focus University, it's $1,000 to $10,000, man, because you got different ways that I can go ahead and do high ticket consultations. And then I also build these streaming farms for any and everybody that wants a server. That's $7,500 to $15,000, and you can make 6 figures off of these streaming farms that I speak about, on these interviews. So I had figured out my monetization, man, and I had also planned everything I was going to do, E, and I was also tracking everything that was happening. So now Chad Focus knows that males 25 to 42 are his target market, usually brothers from the United States. The other place that I got a lot of followers from, bro, is the UK and then also Africa. And so I know exactly the pinpoint of the actual markets that I'm going to work with. I know the price points. I know how much money these guys make on average per year. And I'm just literally looking at my analytics, guys. So everything that I do is based off of me being intentional. It's all intentional. The times that I post on the internet, the type of content that I repost, and that link in the bio is you guys' identity. It's your resume. All right. Think about what you put in that link in that bio, and then also the description in your link in your bio. Are you taking advantage of this piece of real estate that's yours?
Yeah.
Last thing I got from E is, it takes a lot of money to build what we're doing. So once you build your brand, people got to invest in what you built. You got to pay me to go ahead and repost on my feed unless we collaborate together. You got to pay us to repost on our story. You got to pay us to put your link in our bio because we've monetized our platform. So as an influencer, I can command $1,000 to $10,000, right? Appearances, skits. So we've literally taken our brand that people didn't care about, that had no value 10 years ago. And now, bro, we built up the equity in what we're doing, bro. So look at your platforms as a real digital asset. You are building this up the same way that you would remodel a home, same way that you would cut a grass. Start looking at your Instagram, your YouTube, your Snapchat, your Facebook, your Google platforms, your website. Start looking at it the same way that the people that are successful are. This is a digital asset that could change your life.
Yeah. And it's so much of it can be done at scale. If you don't have maybe the money to invest right now, you can put more content out there. That way you can get the data and the analytics that by just putting out content. So you put out multiple pieces of content. Like you said, you break down, you see who's viewing your content, then you can target more towards that demographic. You can do the same thing on the music side, looking at your Spotify for Artists analytics. I mean, there's just so much information out there, and a lot of artists are just, we're trying to show them and help them understand just how powerful a lot of that is.
Yeah. Hey, look, think about it, right? So we got Shannon. I put it like this, like Shannon Sharp, right? He just went viral with the
Woo.
Cat Williams.
Crazy,
Super
man.
dope, right? Super dope. But he had monetized. He had been staying extremely consistent. So
Yeah.
he was due. He was due for a moment, right? And just think about this, right? This time last year, he was getting fired from working with Skip Bayless on Fox, and now he's the biggest dog out here, bro. He got a #1 podcast. Stay
Yeah.
consistent. I put it like this, right? Country Wayne said he's doing all of his skits, and Country Wayne is making millions and millions of dollars as a comedian because he's monetizing his Facebook
Yeah.
audience and his Facebook properties. He said, "Yo, I do everything on the iPhone, bro." He said, "I cut the cost of the money I invest in the production so that I can pay the talent." I've been bamboozled in the game too, guys. I've been burnt. I know how it is. I used to have people that were associated with me that I thought were my friends, right? People I came up with, they like, yo, we gonna rent the red camera, right? So I was spending $5,000 for the red camera and crazy amounts of money for edits. And
Yeah.
then I get to the space that we done spent $30,000 on the production, and I don't have $30,000 to invest in the marketing. So whatever you spending into the production, I want you to 5 times that, 6 times that in the marketing. You spend $1,000 on a music video, I want you to spend $6,000 on the marketing of it and figuring out how you're going to monetize and make the money back. All right. What me and E are doing, man, we on a YouTube platform. I want E to build up his audience so that when he gets the in-stream ads or his AdWords check comes into a different space, he able to bring different, audience members, and he also able to bring different guests, and he able to build. But we understand a long-term goal. So hopefully this time next year, we collaborate and we in this position that we can continue to build independently, bro, and bring in revenue, bro, and continue to increase the production quality, right? So maybe
Absolutely.
this time next year, E, me and you sitting in a studio together, man, and we live and we got a production team and it's like
Yeah.
some bells and whistles. So that's the long-term play, bro. And it's possible.
Yeah, and breaking everything that you're doing down to other pieces of content that you can share is important too. Just like you said you did with the Brandman Network video, like Shannon Sharp did with the Cat Williams. He kind of rode the wave of that viral moment by breaking down the live video, which is, obviously we're going to do that here too. But
37 clips, bro. I watched a video the other day. They said he made $718,000, right? What's been like a week, 2 weeks? And it was so dope because think about what like Vlad TV does, right? Vlad does an interview for 3.5 hours and then he breaks it into like 30 videos, 10-minute videos. So we just start thinking about, the strategies that other people that are successful are doing, and content creation has changed the game. If you're an artist, you have to get into the content creation space and you have to learn your business infrastructure. You have to learn your marketing. It just is what it is. Like, look at the sports game, bro, and look at like what it is to be a Lamar Jackson and a Patrick Mahomes. You got to be able to run and throw that ball nowadays, bro. The game done changed, man. Look at like, I love basketball. You got to be able to dribble and you got to be able to shoot the three. Like some of my favorite hoopers, bro, they ain't survived, bro, because as things transitioned and they stayed, one-dimensional, right? Guys that could play iso ball but couldn't shoot and couldn't score without having the ball in their hands, they obsolete in the league, bro. And somebody like LeBron James been able to go ahead and do what? He's been able to translate through all the errors because this brother has continued to work on his game and he's continued to adjust. And that's what the game is, bro. You're either going to complain about it or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, what are some of the biggest, I don't want to say platforms, but what are some of the biggest opportunities you're seeing as far as, I know you mentioned Instagram is one of them, maybe TikTok being another, to where artists can use easily, or I should say simply use these platforms to help promote their music?
Got you. I'll tell you this, guys. I use a platform called ClickFunnels and also something called Go High Level, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, if you guys ain't technical and you don't have the time, you always got the time, but if you're not technical, guys, you go on Fiverr.com and find somebody that can help you build these platforms. So like I said, if you're looking right in this background, guys, I got what's called a landing page. I got a capture page. I got a way that I'm able to generate leads. That means that I can take people's contact information, first name, last name, email address. I got hundreds of thousands of people that I can send an email to or a text message to and promote to them any and every time I want to. I can exchange value with them on a day-to-day basis. So I've been building my Rolodex, guys, for the last decade. And it doesn't matter when you start, get started. So that right there for me, bro, is owning my contact information is the reason why I will probably never sign a record deal, because I hold all the leverage of my clientele. They have to buy my database of people that I've been monetizing and building with for years. I've already built that for myself. So if they can't help me enhance what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. So your website, guys, is so important, because if you have your website and you have your own list of people to market to, no matter what happens with these social media platforms, you're going to always be in position. MySpace has come and go. AOL has come and go. Snapchat was popping. We had Vine. Vine came and go, became TikTok. The government tried to get rid of TikTok one day. Then they let it come and pop back up. Instagram been around. Facebook, like,
Yeah.
things gonna come and go. Look at Twitter. Twitter's now X. You know, Elon Musk is out here doing whatever he wants to do, bro. So you can't depend on these people platforms. Build your own platform. Learn the aspects of marketing. Learn the aspects of email marketing, text marketing. Build your own website and your own platform. Like I said, E, you able to sell products directly through your website.
Yes, sir.
Something never happens, bro, where we lose a YouTube account, God forbid. We got our website, we got our audience, we got our list. So that's what I want people to focus on, bro. Building their own platform, building your own.com.
I love it, man. Appreciate you for that. That actually is another question I want to bring up for you. I know this is something that's been highlighted throughout your career, and you're definitely an expert when it comes to Spotify and those type of analytics and Spotify strategies. I want to read real quick just a quick paragraph from this Billboard article that was released about Spotify and the changes that they made in 2024. And I want to get your reaction to this. You know, the title of the article is Everything to Know About Spotify's New Royalty Models. How does it work and who will it impact? I want to read something that I think isn't covered. And I know this stood out to you when you read the article too. It says, here's the full rundown of Spotify's new royalty models. Obviously, the 1,000 stream threshold, right, per song. That's one thing. But then this is the part I have not seen a lot of people cover in the music community is labels and distributors will be charged 10 euros for any track that is found to have 90% or more of its streams deemed fraudulent. I see you smiling over there because I know we were probably thinking the same thing. Now,
Man,
to me,
listen, this whole game, yo, look, yo, the whole game is rigged. I'll break it down to you guys. And this is what it is.
Yeah.
All of these different rules and regulations they trying to implement is to suppress the independent artists. They don't want to pay an independent artist because that right there is not a part of their business model. All right. Say the industry makes $13 billion and independent artists are responsible for $2 billion as far as like the money that they have to allocate towards us.
Yeah.
That takes away from people's bonuses. That takes away from pool of money they can give to artists, royalty money. Like if Beyonce gets one stream and they paying her 0.003 of a penny and they paying me the same amount and I ain't Beyonce, that's a broken model.
Yep.
So when a guy like me came and figured out how to do 1 million streams with less overhead than Beyonce, we broke the game. You understand what I'm saying, E? How many people have to eat out of a major artist's 1 million streams? Like I said, Snoop Dogg said, yo, I did 4 billion streams and got $40,000.
Yeah.
I own 100% of my royalties. So for me, bro, I can do what? 7 million streams and keep every last dime and still make the same amount that Snoop does. 4 billion streams, bro, that's ridiculous amounts. So with these updates, I want you guys to understand the distributors, bro, are the ones that really created this issue. And this is why your distro kids, your TuneCores, your United Masters, these guys get paid. When they have fraud detection alerts, they don't send the money back to Spotify. They keep the money for themselves. This has been a way, man, for those distributors, man. And it's like I said, bro, the whole game is, you know, effed up, man. These guys going to keep that money.
Yeah.
I have been one that has had access, guys, to so many different backends of so many different distros, right? I have major distro, man. I've had major label distro. And of course, bro, I got independent distro and I diversify because I don't trust none of these guys. That's the way that I keep myself in position.
Yeah.
If distro kid, man, finds out that you guys are getting fraudulent streams, what does that mean? That means that they're looking at the rate that a record is played. They're looking at how that record stream was generated. They trying to figure out where the stream come from. So they put in all of these different thresholds and still since the day I got started, bro, they never going to punish the major labels. That's why I figured out the machine. The major labels are the ones that created these streaming farm guys so that they were able to get a return on their investment. They know that it's all built off of ad revenue. And if they generate their own fake streams and create payouts for their partners, That's how they're able to go ahead and reinvest the money. When an independent artist comes, bro, and capitalizes off the same system, that doesn't help them, bro, in their business model. So the 1,000 streams we're not going to pay you, that's based off a certain metric of like your mechanical and performance royalties. That means that if you got BMI, they're not going to pay you certain amounts of money if you don't hit those 1,000 streams. But
Right.
if you got TuneCore, you will get paid. So you guys got to understand how your publishing and masters works. Also realize that over 145 million tracks got released last year that had less than 1,000 streams. So if they got to pay people for 930 streams or 240 streams,
Tell
that
them.
right there is taking money out of their pocket as well. So a threshold, guys, makes it work. It's like for me and you, E, if we join a certain affiliate program, they will force us to be like, look, you get paid on your first $100 generated. We're
Yep.
not going to get paid off of $8 or $12 or $15. It's not profitable for them. So the threshold is a manipulation tactic. The last thing that I want you guys to realize and understand is the big labels, the big three, your Warner, your Sony, your Universal, and specifically Sony, these guys invested and have stakes in the Spotify. All right. So imagine the big labels owning Spotify. They recoup the ad revenue. They recoup all of the masters and publishing from them owning the majority of the artist records that's on these platforms. All right. And then they also own DistroKid.
Yeah.
Sony owns Spotify. Spotify owns DistroKid. Can't make this up. So at the end of the day, they policing you guys and you're not even paying attention. Why do you think DistroKid is the most popular independent platform? Well, they basically looking at the campaigns that you guys run, whether organic or not organic. If you guys go and spend $50,000 get on Rap Caviar, just like a major label, they can do what, guys? They can call your streams fraudulent and say that you don't payola, and they'll flag you because you're an independent artist and not flag the other guys because they're major artists.
Yep.
This is just facts. I own major records, guys. That's why I got into the publishing space. I run the streams up on those major artist catalog streams and nothing happens at all. I got the data to prove it. And I've done some wild shit with my own catalog. That's why you won't see Chad Focus on Spotify, but I still own the metadata. So I've been able to go ahead and diversify what I'm doing behind the scenes and make certain shit shape because I'm really, really like, you know, skilled guys and I know how to diversify what I'm doing. But take it here from me, bro. The whole game is rigged. And for you to go ahead and benefit from it going forward, you're going to need shit like even.biz and Bandcamp. You're going to have to follow the La Russells and the D1 Music and your Ryan Leslie's and what Nipsey Hussle was doing. You're going to have to get 100% independent and you're going to have to make money directly going to the consumer. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. And when I first read this article, it was so funny. The first thing I thought when I read about the 90%, I was like, man, Chad Focus is right again. If they weren't listening to Chad Focus before this, they better listen now, because my first question was, why 90%? Why not 50%? Why not 40%? Why not 75%? If you tell somebody that they can go 90 miles per hour on the interstate and they're not going to get a ticket, they're going to go 90 miles per hour, right? Some might go 89, some might go 95. So I just thought it was so interesting that they put out this statement saying these are the changes, basically backing up everything that you had been saying for years.
Everybody thought I was crazy, bro, but I also understood why,
Yeah.
because I was saying something that it was like taboo, bro. It's like everybody wants you to believe that the Wizard of Oz is real, and I'm like, nah, bro. It's just some dude, you know, in a costume, you know, at the loudspeakers. Like, I think the truth, bro, is very scary because the illusion of what a star is, the label used to create that for us, right?
Yeah.
So even a lot of people that say, do you like being independent or major? Major was the cosign that separated you from your homeboy, right? And they had their hand picks. And so when somebody like me comes and figures out the business and then the machine, and you realize it's the matrix, you like, hold up, bro. There's more guys that's like myself. Don't get it twisted like I'm the only one. I just might be kind of like the face of it all. I got some really powerful and some really smart dudes that's a part of my network and some great people I've met since I've been into what I'm doing. But the game, E, is going to always be publishing. It's going to always be catalog. You got to diversify what you're doing. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're an artist, guys, and you don't want to get your own catalog flags, I suggest you be as 100% organic as possible. but literally realize that these guys are crippling us, right? You can't run a certain amount of ads because say you got an ad budget of $100,000 and you rich and you driving tons of streams overnight, they can flag it because it's abnormal streaming, and they don't have to give you an explanation.
That's
And
right.
they can just discriminate against you. So I've seen people that got budgets that are doing it the right way and still been punished because they can't explain the amount of volume that these people are generating. So think about myself, bro. Somebody that's generated 7 figures. If I want to do an ad budget of 100 grand in one day because I want to be #1 on Spotify and I can generate that type of volume, what's to say that they don't punish me and flag what I'm doing, bro? So the discrimination is the biggest issue with me as far as the industry. It's not an even playing field. Eventually, they're going to eliminate the independent artists completely, and this is how
Yeah.
they take back their control, bro. They already own and control radio, right? You can't get independent artists on the radio unless you're doing some type of payola the right way without getting in trouble. And I'm one of the few guys that understand advertising and marketing. And they're not going to cut no checks for the independent artists, guys. The money that we don't unclaim or claim, it goes unclaimed every year. It's something called the MLC. So the money we don't retrieve
The
goes
black
into a
box.
pool. There you go. So you understand what it is. There's a black box fund that
Yeah.
all the major labels get the money and they start to distribute it through other artists and bonuses. And at the end of the day, bro, your artists that you are real big fans of, they don't feel that they should be getting paid the same amount of money for a stream that you get paid. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. Now I heard you in that talk about possibly moving more towards going direct to consumer. So has, these changes that Spotify made, has it changed your mindset or changed your strategy at all when it comes to releasing music? And what are some of the things that you're thinking about doing differently moving forward in the realm of direct to consumer?
I like even.biz, right? I like the business model of the
Yeah.
pay, the offer base. I like the offer based model. I always did, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I've been direct to consumer, bro, my entire life. Like I said, I got a university, bro, that's generating 6, 7 figures, bro, easy. Because you can come to me, bro, and you can get my expertise and access to me and my community, and there is no buffer between us. It's me, PayPal, my platform, your login. Simple.
Yep.
The same exact way that I built this infrastructure and I placed a value on this infrastructure, I can do it with my music as well. So the system doesn't change, bro. It just forces you to become more strategic, bro, and more skilled at what you do, right? So you got to figure out one, what are you offering the clients? What are you offering the fan base? I'm going to give you access to my music. I'm going to give you exclusives. I'm going to give you merch. I'm going to give you interviews. You got to figure out a way, bro, to offer more value to your fan base than they can get from just being on a streaming platform and listen to your record for 2 to 3 minutes. And that right there, bro, I enjoy that aspect, man. Like I say, you can go to my Instagram and you can get all the free game that you want. But I want you to see the value in Chad Focus taking you behind the scenes and giving you a much more, exclusive look into how certain things are broken down. Me giving you access to my time, me giving you access to my weekly master classes. So it's got to be ways that you figure out how you're going to package your value, and that direct to consumer, that offer based model. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Just look at it as something that you got to adjust to. Just like I said, how sports goes, how entertainment goes, we're going to adjust. And if you want to play that game, there's major distribution, there's major labels, there's ways to get on their radar. You just got to figure out what side of the fence you want to be on. And I'm not against either or. I just want people to be informed so that they don't act like they're the victim when things don't go their way.
Yeah, and I know you may have heard of another artist. He's an artist producer who's been big in the YouTube community, Curtis King, and he recently was going on and is still continuing to go on this well, he's been on this message for a while, but he's been talking about how he's completely removing his music from all of streaming platforms and moving fully onto the direct to consumer model, and he's done it very well. He's been successful with it. That's one of my guys. That's my brother, and I definitely salute what he's doing. But I wanted to ask you, do you see a benefit from still having your music on streaming platforms and maybe having the best of both worlds and using streaming platforms like a Spotify or a Tidal? Or do you think it's go ahead?
I talked to Curtis before he did it. Like I said, we had a
awesome.
brief exchange because, like I said, I caught up with a lot of guys that didn't know my story until the Vice came out. And bro, I support anybody that's doing it independent and stands on how
Yeah.
they feel. The one thing that I like since watching the interview Curtis did with DJ Payne and his guys and Damon and right,
Yeah.
is he told these guys that he wants to look at how to place the right value on what he's doing, but he's also learning how to also get better at marketing. So as Curtis gets better at marketing, continues to build what he's doing, bro, this is going to be extremely successful because I feel like he is going to be relentless in making sure that this works.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
So
Yeah.
I support that. I support a guy that's like, look, I'm gonna go and figure this out. It might not be popular in the beginning. That's how a lot of shit is with me. But guess what? If I'm a pioneer in this space, it's gonna be popping one day. What I salute is Curtis said, I'm not even going to depend on the revenue that comes from the streaming services. You can't get it from there unless you get it from me. I respect that as well, bro. It's like a Dame Dash type mentality. But you gotta also be comfortable with whatever pushback you get, because some people might only want to go listen to your music on Apple Music or Spotify or Tidal or
Right.
whatever. So I like what LaRussell said. LaRussell said, bro, come get it from me if you really, really fuck with me, but I'm gonna make sure that it's everywhere. I'm gonna make sure that it's in Marshalls and Walmart.
Right.
So I'm a proponent of both models, but if Curtis is going to go stick with this, I want to see him ride this out. And guess what?
He's
There
gonna
is
kill
no
it.
regulations
Yeah.
of preventing him from re-releasing his music on those platforms if they make the business model fairer in the future, right? So this is just time being, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just, in the future, bro, and keeps the door open. Think about my situation, bro. I make a lot of money from Spotify off of catalogs that I own, and it's not shared focuses specific music. My music is on Apple, it's on Tidal, it's on YouTube, and I've been able to have a sustained, financially successful life without my artist brand on Spotify. So the world's bigger than Spotify. And like I said, I got a direct to consumer, I got an offer-based model, I got the other platforms I feel like treat me fairly and also are more receptive, man, to, independent artists. And it's just what it is, bro. So salute to Curtis, man. Go check out his record on even.biz, man. Salute all of the guys in the producer community. Like I said, I fuck with you, man. I like Busy Works, man. I like DJ Payne. I like Jay Oliver. I like Jay Fetty. I like all my guys that's out here doing their thing, man.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because, it really shines a lot on there just not being one path. Like you have to go this way. Curtis is doing his thing and he's going to absolutely kill it. He's already seen a lot of momentum. I'm super excited for him. But like you said, LaRussell, he's doing it a different way. He's saying, if you want to get some of this extra behind the scenes stuff, if you want to get to the shows, if you want to access the full album, I'm going to put little things out here and there, but y'all can come rock with me over here. So I think there's definitely, depending on your mission, there's so many different ways you can take it.
Think about Earn Your Leisure said something dope, bro. He said, look at Instagram, look at social media. He said they worse than all the record labels because look at how many people around the world create, content for these platforms and aren't verified, aren't monetized, and they keep their friends on these platforms all day long. I got a homegirl, bro. She spends like 10 hours a day on Instagram, never made a penny from it, right? And I'm like,
jeez,
bro, you don't even have her platform isn't a business profile. She can't even set up a subscription. Like she has no monetization set up at all, but I could tell you that she generates a lot of traffic. People like to look at her pictures and share memes and stuff like that. So social media platforms have done us way worse, bro, than the music industry or the streaming business model could ever do. And nobody complains about that because people's minds aren't open in the way that they should be. So no matter what you're doing, bro, whether you're going to be Curtis King, LaRussell, Chad Focus, Ryan Leslie, figure out, man, what works for you, bro, and then commit to it 110%. And I'd rather see somebody be committed, disciplined, and consistent before I watch them just come out here and do anything just because.
Yeah, absolutely. And the opportunities are out there. Like you said, Evens makes the platform so easy to use if you want to go direct to consumer. I mean, even Instagram has a subscription model. So there's so many opportunities out there for artists. They just have to put the content out there. They've got to put the music out there if they want to be able to analyze and see and figure out what's working.
100%, big bro.
All right. Well, I wanted to get to a couple questions because we did have a few good questions in the chat.
Okay.
And I wanted to give a shout out to Smokey the One too. He's a Be More native as well. So he says salute to the Be More legend out there.
Homie, what's up, big dog?
But let me get a couple of these questions in here. Let me see. And a lot of them were statements too. But
okay.
TK asks in the chat, he says, what distributor do you use? And I guess you could say maybe why do you use that distributor?
Well, look, I'm not privy to use any just one. All right, I have TuneCore, I got CD Baby, got Symphonic. I also use 1RPM, Sony Orchard. So I will put it like this, right? Diversify what you're doing. Release a different project on multiple platforms. I got Ditto Music. I literally, guys, have a distribution account with so many different places. I've even released one single because you never know what rules and regulations, bro, could, interfere with what you're doing or disqualify you from getting paid. I like to test stuff, guys. I like to see what works with certain influencer campaigns, certain advertising campaigns. I use a platform called Toned In. I like to do giveaways. So stuff that works today might not work tomorrow, and you don't want to put your entire catalog at risk. More than anything, as far as the distributors, guys, focus on your admin, right? If you're putting your records correctly on Sound Exchange, you're doing your BMI, ASCAP, CSAT correctly, you got your MLC, you're doing your Nielsen, you're putting your stuff on all these different platforms, even SoundCloud, you're going to be getting a check for the same song from 12 different places. So don't just put yourself in a position that you just worried about one place giving you a check. Even YouTube, right? For E, he could be using his song as a 35-second intro to his actual live shows or his live streams, and he could be getting a check for every view of every 35 seconds because that's what it qualifies for the music he owns. I got instrumental albums. I got music that I got on my own platform. And like I said, guys, I've diversified. I own a lot of other artists' records, man. So I do got the distro kids. I do get paid from Universal and Warner and Sony. And I've been using your royalty exchange and Songvest, guys, and I own equity in a lot of major artists' records. Just percentages, the same way that you can do it with stocks and crypto.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Great question. And also, I wanted to just one more point on that. I know you talked a lot about metadata when it comes to releasing music. Can you maybe speak a little bit more of the importance of just owning that and how you utilize the metadata from each song in the distribution process too?
So your metadata, guys, is of course once you finish with your record, your MP3 or your WAV file, there's a certain tagging that you should be doing, right? So I got an actual tag software that I use, and I'm able to put the copyright, the name of the artist, and of course the title of the song. And what I realized is that major labels are re-releasing the same record with the same ISRC code over and over again, and they're changing the metadata, guys. So that means they're changing the name of the artist, and they're still getting credit for the same number code that is tracking the actual song. So you got the ISRC, you got your UPC, you got ways that behind the scenes they can track a sale. Think about it like this: Little Nas X, he released like 40 different remixes of his Old Town Road.
Yeah.
But it was still the same ISRC code. That's what put him in position to have the highest selling single of all time, was these multiple versions of the same song getting streamed all over the world and still calculating and tallying for that same record. So me as Chad Focus, guys, I got my music removed from the platform for doing millions and millions of streams and making crazy amounts of money when an independent artist wasn't supposed to. I've re-released my records underneath of different alter ego names. So I might have 50 alter ego names with the same exact song that you guys listen to, and people like the song and save it as a different artist just because they like the song. Yeah. And for me, I just appreciate having my music out there and then also receiving these crazy royalty checks. So alter ego artists, metadata, you can change it over and over again. You can release your record a billion different times on a bunch of different distros and still get the same exact calculations and stats for that record as long as your ISRC code stays the same and your UPC code stays the same.
Yeah, giving them a little bit of the advanced course on that one, man. Y'all are gonna have to tap in with Chat Focus to find out more about that. That's dope. That's awesome, man. Yeah, great insight.
It's a game changer, man. It's the game changer, man.
I love it. All right, we've got one more question here. This one is from the Weatherman Entertainment. Shout out to the Weatherman ENT. He does some music reviews and has a great platform for the community as well. He says,
Weatherman, what's up, big guy?
He says, question for Chad. How do you feel about the current state of content? Short form versus long form. For example, music videos, are full music videos dead? We talked about this a little bit, but I guess you can touch on it one more time.
Bro, hell no. I love it all, bro. And like I said, content is king, right? So
yeah,
if I'm releasing a music video today, I'm releasing a 30-second. I'm releasing, say the video is 3 minutes long. I'm gonna release 6 30-second snippets, right? And I might release the most viral clip and see what people like over and over again. All right. I think that if you build it up based off of short form, and then they go to the long form, just think of it the same way that we just talked about the Shannon Sharp and the Cat Williams interview.
Yeah.
I got people that call me because they seen certain shit on Shade Room and Academics, and they seen Cat talking about, you know, Kevin Hart, or Cat talking about Steve Harvey, or Cat talking about Cedric the Entertainer, and those 3 different clips led them people to go watch a 3-hour interview straight through. That's why the ad revenue is going bonkers, because the short form content created a synergy to have those people go watch the entire interview.
Yeah.
All right. Just look at what happened with me, guys, and the Brand Man Network millions of times. They took 3 clips. They took Chad Focus talking about how we making $60,000-$70,000, guys, off of 18 to 20 million streams a month on Spotify. Still, they took the music money that we talked about, how we threw the concerts, and I made more money than Baby and Moneybagg Yo by being a promoter and an artist and doing what Ticketmaster does, which is scalp their own tickets.
Yeah.
And then they also took clips of me being honest and transparent about the, you know, current state of the industry. Those 3 clips led to everybody coming and watching the long form of an interview, an hour and 20 minutes straight through, turning my inbox on fire. So the same exact way that we do that, it can be done with the music, guys. Make sure the production and the quality is A1, and make sure that you continue to build each and every day on the content of the music, right? It could be just the music in the background, you ironing clothes, you going to the market, you doing a skit, but continue to go ahead and promote and stay consistent. And like I said, look at what JID just did, man, with the Ceiling Challenge. That song was out for what, 2.5 years? Stay consistent, bro. And then it broke through with a challenge. So that's what we got going on. That's how we got popping.
Man, and so many artists think these platforms are their enemies, and they are really your friend. There's so many tools out there, like with YouTube. They're even showing you now what's the highest view part of a long form video, which is crazy to me. It's basically YouTube's telling you, hey, we want you to take this part of this content and push it even more. So there's so much opportunity out there for you to not only reformat and reuse long form content, but to use it as data to understand what's going to work for you in the future moving forward too. So that's dope, man. Shout out to the Weatherman ENT. He said that's so true. Great insight. Appreciate you, Chad. Shout out to Chad, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, Chad Focus in the building, y'all. We're going to go ahead and let him get up out of here. Gave some great game. Got to let them know where to find you. I'm going to have all the links to your information in the description of this video too. Y'all, he's doing one-on-ones. I know somebody in the chat was asking about where they can get one-on-one coaching with you as well. So just give them the game, man. Let them know where to find you.
So look, man, check me out on Instagram, guys. It's at I am Chad Arrington. I also got my Chad Focus profile. So I got 2 profiles, but the one that's verified, the one you'll catch me on, is the I am Chad Arrington on Instagram. That's where I like to spend most of my time. You'll catch me, the link in my bio, guys. I got my calendar. And right now, too, we got the Focus Music University, guys. It's focusmusicuniversity.com. You can check out the course, man. Teach you how to make 10K per month, man. Right now, guys, it's on sale. Definitely dope. DM me, holla at me, man. We try to get to work. And like I said, we blessed, man. It's 2024. Make this the biggest year of your life, because it's the current year of your life. And like I said, I want to shout out to my guy, ClassE, man. I appreciate you, bro. I love what you've been doing and the positive energy that you're putting out. And like I said, man, it's a humbling experience to be able to come home and connect with you guys, bro. And, you know, we building, man. So salute to you. Salute to the community, man. I can't wait to come back and catch you in the future. Yeah, we definitely got to do a part 2, and we got to get you out here to the A, man. I know you're going to be running around come April, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm tapping down. Bring you out with me, man. I'm tapping down south. I'll be down Compound. I got family down there, bro. I got one of my homies down Peachtree, so okay. Atlanta's second home, bro. Trust and believe. E.T. Cali is out there. That's where I went originally to break my record, bro. That's what's up, man. That's second home, man. So I appreciate you, man. I'm tuned in. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you again. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for your time. It means so much to me, and I know it means a lot to the community. So we'll be tapping in, man. Y'all be safe, man. All right, holla at you. All right, stay safe out there, man. Peace. God bless. All right, y'all. Amazing. Shout out to Chad Focus in the building. Such a blessing to have him here. I appreciate him reaching out and just being willing to come and chop it up with the community. That man has so much wisdom, so much game, and a lot of experience, as y'all heard. So
Again, if y'all want to check out the full video, this is going to be available for y'all to watch later on. And of course, like we mentioned today, we're going to make a couple of clips of this video so y'all can find and listen to the key segments of the show. But if y'all are joining late or you didn't get to watch the whole thing, make sure you go back and watch the entire video, because man, he gave out so much game, and this isn't the last time we're hearing from him either. It's killing it. Absolutely killing it. Appreciate everybody in the chat too. Let me see what y'all are saying. I know we've got BandLab Gang is over there watching. Appreciate y'all watching. Thank you to everybody who tapped in too. Weatherman ENT is in here. Shout out to the Weatherman. Hollywood Code says, dope ass interview. Yeah, let's go. Bar McKnight said, hey, I be in the A2 from time to time. Say word. Yeah, we got to get Chad out here very, very soon. We got to do a sit down in person. That would be amazing, man. Bar McKnight also says the victory goes to he who doesn't quit. So true, man. So true. What else? Italo Calvino is in the building. He says, man, I'm on some independent-ish for real. It's one of the biggest things I got from that interview with Chad is just the opportunities are out there and so readily available for y'all to be able to not only take ownership of your music, but to take ownership of the entire process. You hear about a Curtis King who's releasing his music, and not even music alone, merch, vinyl, CDs, all through an even platform. LaRussell's doing the same thing. He's doing a little bit of both. You've got an artist like Nick D that is using TikTok and short form content to feed into his Spotify growth. So man, y'all, I'm going to continue to keep showing you guys and continue to push this type of content that's actually giving you the actionable information you guys can use to get your music out to more people and to grow that fan base. Because I mean, it's so readily available to you guys. And I know we're going to see it. The more we keep talking about it, the more you guys are going to continue to get inspired and motivated to do it and take it for yourself. So, all right, what are y'all saying in the chat? Shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all to everybody who's in here. We've got over 30,000 people in the building. Amazing, man. Thank you to all of y'all who are watching for the first time. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we have more great conversations coming for you guys in the next few days. I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. TTM Chris is in the building. We've got Smoking the One. He says 33.1K is in the building. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Shout out to Chad for showing love. Weatherman ENT says knowledge like this being more accessible is what I support. Absolutely. Jaden Lights says he loves it. TTM Chris says, excuse me, it's all a process. Put in. Oh, okay. Here we go. It's all a process. Put in that work. Do what works for you. Absolutely. And let me get this song playing in the background too. Hold on a second. There we go. Give me 1 second. Got him. All right. So Jaden also says, man, you guys are doing great things for sure. He said Nick D. Oh, Weatherman ENT says Nick D lives a couple hours from me. Not saying much more than that, but oh, that's dope. Y'all got to do a collab, and I'm hoping, I would love to get Nick D on this platform at some point too. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to Nick and see if we can get him on here. Jaden Lights also says, I got my studio equipment. Next time you review songs, I'm gonna blow your mind. Let's go, man. All right, and shout out to everybody over on BandLab Gang. I see y'all. We got Beats by Two Step. DJ Snoofu is in the building. Shout out to you. Who else is over there? D Money is in the building. DBM2C. Funk Ruby is up in here. Know Your Soldiers in the building. We've got Devon is up in here too. All right, y'all. So a couple of announcements, and then we are going to get up out of here. Y'all know what time it is. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have another episode of the Song of the Night Live. You guys will get an opportunity to win $100 in cash and get a chance to compete in the next versus segment coming up this next Wednesday. So Y'all make sure you tap in. We're also going to be giving away 2 door prizes as well. You don't want to miss out on that. And it's just going to be a good time. We're going to be listening to some dope music, and y'all make sure you stay tapped in. Share the video with your family, your friends, and your fans, because you want to get as many people in there as you can to support your music. That way you get a chance to make it into the top 20. All right. Shout out to TTM Chris in the building. He said, I'm definitely going to be tuning in tonight. Shout out to you. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Thank y'all so much for the love and support for this platform. This is just the beginning. And it is my mission to give you guys all the tools you need to accomplish whatever goals you have for your music career. And a lot of this can be used in life as well. I mean, you heard from Chad Focus. This just doesn't apply to music. If you end up starting a business down the road, you can still take these same concepts and apply it to your business. So, and as an independent artist, you are a business in that sense as well. So thank y'all again for supporting the platform. We're going to get up out of here. I will see y'all tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy weather we're going through. Y'all keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We go. Peace.
Talking, girl, I might stay. We can do what you want, just long as we do it all night long. I'm on that. Girl, let me put you on. Drop the top on the dog. Hope you ain't got your man with you. Cause I just wanna dance with you. Or we can throw them hands. You got your friends with you. I know they can't stand and trying to make plans with you. Club lights dancing all on the paddock. I came up in this higher than the attic. So tell them other chicks they don't wanna